First, I just want to preface this whole conversation by saying that coming to Sanctuary was probably one of the greatest things that I've ever done for myself. My career was, I started a business from scratch and grew it to a global manufacturing company around the world, had 800 employees, super successful company. Did it for 30 years. Towards the end, as I was getting older, I just didn't really have a plan to get out of the business. My kids weren't interested. So I ended up selling out to a Fortune 500 company. I wasn't looking to sell, but they had come along and offered generational wealth. And so I decided that was the best thing to do. And at that time, I didn't realize is that when the 2 years of due diligence before I sold the business was kind of one of the most stressful times in my life, as you got to go through with the company that's buying you and go through all the details of it. And so during that time, my drinking started to pick up, and then it kind of carried over after the sale. The sale of the business took 2 years after. I went through the due diligence, and then I had moved out of our family home. My youngest daughter went off to moved out, and so we had just a lot of things going on. And at the same time, I kind of ran into some other issues with people and the pretty hurtful things that had happened. And so the drinking just had kind of picked up. But during all the drinking, at the same time, I was looking for purpose. And I was in this business. This business was everything for me. I built it. It was my baby. It was the love of my life. It was everything. So when it was gone, it was like everything just was right there in my face, and there was no way to escape it. And so the drinking and just the burnout. I was so burnt out after 30 years. Even though I had this most successful career, I traveled all over the world. It just kind of burned me out, and just never having a time. People would ask me all the time, well, how were you successful? And I said, I have no idea, until I came here at the Sanctuary and had 30 days to kind of just sit and reflect. And it was kind of it was something so special to me to have that 30 days for myself and to kind of just really kind of recalibrate and get a plan kind of going forward. Yeah, I would say, so going through this whole period of time when I sold my business, there's a 6 period of time from the time I sold it and to have some things that just kind of happened. I went through, I think I hit everything. I hit anxiety, depression, lost all my ambition. I was a very disciplined guy. All that kind of went out the door. Just had no focus. And so there was a lot of days, and here you go, you think a guy has got everything, he should be happy, and here I was struggling with, whether it be drinking too much or the burnt out or anxiety, depression. And there were several years that I just kind of faced that, and it was hard for everybody around me, including my family, who probably got the brunt of it all. So I mean, it kind of got to that point where I just started searching and looking for things that were something different, something I could connect with, and that's when I came across the Sanctuary. I can't even describe the Sanctuary. It's such a loss for words, because it's been so profound for me. And you come to a place where every single person there is like-minded, every single person there is struggling, everybody there is on the same team. And it doesn't matter if you're the client or the people that work here, you can't tell who's who. And it's a place you can come and really be safe and really be open. And I've learned that the times that I've been here, within the first day or two, I've met people that they will become my best friends longer than anybody they've had for 30 years. And that's because you have a chance to be transparent, be authentic, let your guard down, and just share with other people what the real problems are. And it's kind of you get to hear what everybody else is going through, and it sometimes makes you feel like your problems aren't so bad, or just being able to have compassion for somebody else. So the Sanctuary, just their structure of how they go about everything. And I think a lot of the other places that maybe I've gone to, they talk more about the drinking, or they maybe talk more about the trauma or the anxiety, but nobody talks about where these issues are coming from. Why am I drinking? Why do I have anxiety? Where's that deeper trauma coming from? And that's one thing I love about Sanctuary, is everybody comes from all walks of life. You can have the richest guy there, you can have the poorest guy there, and you instantly bond. And people are just happy to be there. And that's, I think I was telling you before, just the people that work here, they want to be here. They're not here for the money. And when you got a place like that and a culture that they've created here at the Sanctuary, it's going to be life-changing for anybody that takes it serious and comes. Yeah, I even get a smile when we talk about this, because I'm probably the biggest sales guy for Sanctuary, because I think I don't care if you got addiction problems, you got drama problems, anxiety. I don't care what the problem is. Sanctuary is a place that just kind of welcomes everybody, and to come into a place where we can all kind of connect and all share each other's like experiences. And I've encouraged my whole family to come, and my family will have. Three of us have already gone through the program, and I have two more daughters that will eventually go through the program. And I've recommended it to several people just because it is one of the greatest experiences I have. It changed my life. It's changed my life for my family, my wife, my kids, the friends around me. The way I look at life now is so different. And to be able to have friends that really care about me, and really I can go into a place and they don't judge me. There's no judgment here, which I don't know where you go in this world where nobody judges, and to be able to walk into somewhere and maybe have my pedigree and people, quickly judging, I didn't feel that at all. And I felt like immediately I made friends from day one. And most of these friends I've kept, and we're on, it's a community. And I keep very close with my community because that's part of my way of, my sobriety and depression, anxiety, just to have that group around you. Yeah, so I had gone to another place early on, and it was kind of more of your traditional rehab center. And I went to that, and for me, I thought it was kind of a joke. I didn't think it really addressed anything. When it came to Sanctuary, what I realized is that they for me, they kind of work on like the four categories that I like to look at, and that's spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and kind of getting down deep to really what are the core issues here. Why am I drinking? Why am I having depression? What are these things? And being able to work with them and get deeper into that was kind of like opening a new world to me, just to try to understand why I was doing some of these behaviors. And one of the goals I wanted to reconnect with spirituality. I had two goals when I came in here the first time, and one was to reawaken my soul and learn how to be grateful. And both those things I left with. But when you hit the bottom and nothing else is really exciting, or you've hit all your goals, and it really comes down to everything comes within. You got to find that inner peace, which it's easier said than done. But that's one thing I work on every day. I work on my inner peace every day. I work on my discipline. I work on my mental stability, my emotional stability, spiritually and physical. And these are all things that I learned at the Sanctuary, things I had no idea. And following all these, processes has been, like I said, I can't tell you how much of a game changer it's been. And not only for me, but just for the people around me, and being able to, as a leader myself, as being able to see a whole different perspective, a whole new way of looking at things. And that was certainly something I learned at Sanctuary, because when I first got here, I thought this place is a little bit, I'm not sure. But once I got into it and saw how the whole program was going to kind of come together, it was something very special for me, and it's something that I'll never forget. And my plan is, I've been here twice now. I just came back a couple months ago. My goal will probably be back to come every 2 years, just to reboot. I find it the second time I came back was better than the first time, probably just because I knew kind of a bit more what to expect, but I knew what I wanted more. I was able to dive deeper. I had great people here to help me get deeper. So it's just something I would recommend anybody not only do it once, but if you got the time to do it twice, or as many times, or come back on a Sunday and do a sweat.